You know what they say, it's better late than never. Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Torchlight 3, and I'd like to start by apologizing. If you remember, I made this video over 10 weeks ago, and it is the breakdown for Torchlight's latest updates, Snow and Steam. And in that video I said that I'm going to be making a part 2 video, which is what the video is I'm making right now, breaking down the game, the Forged class, which I have completed the entire campaign and started running Endgame, and give you my overall review on Torchlight. Now, when I make a promise, I want you to believe that I am going to keep it. So I'm sorry that it took over 10 weeks to be able to make this video, but I'm holding true to my promise. So today, I'm going to show you some gameplay. We're going to talk about the Forged class. I'm going to talk to you about Snow and Steam and give you my review on how Torchlight fits into my house. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to support smaller channels. All right, let's jump right into this. All right, everyone, we are officially logged into Torchlight 3. Now, I just want to start by saying I am going to be reviewing this game based upon its current state. I don't care about what happened in alpha, I don't care what happened in beta, I don't care about the name change, I don't care about changing direction of the game, I don't care about its 1.0 launch. All I'm going to be talking about is the current state of Torchlight 3. I know a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth about this not feeling like a true successor to Torchlight 2. I get everything about what has happened with the development of this game. I'm just going to be rating it upon where we are at right now. Now, I told you that I was going to be reviewing the Forged because with the Snow and Steam update, they completely revamped this class. So this was the class that I leveled through the campaign and been doing some endgame runs with. Now, I'm going to start by saying stability, okay? The hours and hours and hours that I put into this game, I never, ever got kicked off the server. So no instability as far as server stability or playing multiplayer with Torchlight 3. Obviously, I know other people are saying differently, but at least in my experience, the game felt very stable and very smooth. I never really encountered any lag. The only problems I ever ran into would be like an item that I wanted to pick up I couldn't grab, or the item like falls off the screen, so it's in an area where I actually can't click to pick it up. So as far as stability wise, very happy with Torchlight 3 and the current state that it's at. Now let's take a look at some combat. Let's fight this little boss right here and see how the Forged does. Now, I will explain how the class works as I am in this fight. It's really interesting. So my kids call it the orange. It's like this little orange gauge right here. And as I spin, you have to have a skill that builds heat. Okay, so I'm spinning, obviously it's all the way build. Now I have to vent that heat. So now I'm going to vent it. And when you vent the heat, it now gives you steam, which is this one right here, the gray one. And that's how you use all your big skills. And that's pretty much it. Vent. Use the steam. Pretty simple. But it is interesting, because you have to use them in the correct sequence. Build the heat, vent the heat, use the steam. Take that.
Your life is slipping away.
Yeah, I know my life's slipping away. Take that. Got my bald eagle in there, my pet. Spin, vent, theme. Very easy. Come on. Boom. Okay. Let me show you without dying really quick. Spin. See my heat going up. Heat maxed. Vent. Which then gives me steam. Then you can use steam like shots, or in here I can use this. It's really interesting. But sometimes you're trying to use steam, but you haven't vented, so it just takes time to get used to. Now, combat in this game. I know a lot of people from a visual perspective don't really like the cartoon style. That's just personal preference. As far as how smooth the combat is, like I said earlier, there's almost no lag. So the servers are stable, the combat is smooth, you're not going to get any lag. As far as the actual Forged class, I really have never played anything like it in an ARPG before. One, you can really choose to be a distance character and use your like center machine gun. That's where you saw me using my steam shots. Or you can be up close and personal and be basically like a melee tank and hit. I kind of have a character that spins to get close and then can also shoot. So mine is kind of a hybrid character. Now, overall, the combat, again, I think it's fine. Nothing overly special where like, oh, I really, really love this, but also nothing bad. You know, it's just a good average ARPG from a combat perspective. Moving over to skills for the Forged class. Now, like I said earlier during the combat section, you have two different ways you can use the class. You can use your center gun that comes out of your chest, or you could be a melee fighter and get in close. And it's broken down into two separate sections. So your barrage skills are going to be all your shooting, okay? And then your brawl skills are going to be all your hitting. And all of them will have a heat generator, all of them will have a venting skill, and all of them will have a way to use steam. And you can mix and match them just like I did. But on top of that, and this is just for the core game, when you create your character, you also get to pick a relic steam class, or a relic skill class. And on here, I have Flaming Destroyer. Figured my character was going to be all fire. Not a huge Torchlight guy, so I just kind of picked something that I thought would work well. On top of that, you have your Legendarium. And in the Legendarium, basically you can take an implicit from a legendary item and put that on your character without actually wearing the item. Okay? It's kind of cool. And then lastly, you have all your different pet skills, and we will talk about pets in a minute. So those are the skills. If I was going to rate the actual how you can customize your character and different build guides, I would say that it is below average for Torchlight 3. You know, the skills are fine, they function fine, they look fine, but as far as build diversity, if you're looking at build guides, for the most part, there's only one or two things that a lot of people actually use, so you don't have a ton of diversity when it comes to skills. They function great, but you know, it's pretty basic from a skills breakdown perspective. Now let's talk endgame system for Torchlight 3. There's really only three things you can do. First thing being start another class. Now, even though build diversity amongst the classes isn't super great, the differences in classes is great. There's nothing that the sharpshooter has that is like the Forged, or the railmaster is like the dust mage. They are all completely different and all have their own specific mechanic. Just like how the Forged I showed you has the build heat, the vent heat, and the shoot steam, they all have their own. So if you've already beaten the campaign, I recommend trying a different class. The second thing you can do is try the game on a harder difficulty, okay? And follow me for a second here, because it's actually really funny, something that Torchlight does. It's almost like a double-edged sword, or maybe just like a slap in the face. So let's say you die, okay? I'm playing, I die. Right now I'm playing on hard. When I die, it'll tell me, hey, maybe you should try it on a different setting. Maybe you should lower your difficulty. But look what happens when you do this. So we will go exit to title. Multiplayer. Okay. I'm going to be lowering the difficulty. So right now it is on hard. And I have played the entire campaign on hard. So I am granted the hard badge right here. Okay. Now, it just told me I should lower the difficulty because I died. So I should listen to what it says. Let me go down to normal and hit play. You get this warning. Your difficulty badge will change to normal. Your difficulty badge is set to the lowest difficulty you have played with your character. Your current badge will change from hard to normal. This change cannot be reverted. Which nobody, at least I would think, would hit confirm. At least I did not, because I don't want, the game is telling me I'm a wuss. I can't do it on hard, so I need to change my badge. not gonna happen. So obviously I ran the entire campaign with my Forged on hard. Last and certainly not least, you have Fazeers. Now this is an endgame system that only unlocks once you have finished the campaign. And you get his little couch and gold and carpet here to throw in your fort. And then when you roll up to him, he pops out. There he is. What's up, bro? Now, this mechanic loosely reminds me of running rifts in Diablo 3, but only loosely. So if you played that game, you'll kind of understand it. Now, when you click on Fazeer, there's going to be different challenge levels. And obviously, as you unlock challenges, they will become more difficult. Now, if you click on one, it's going to pop up 3 cards, okay? And when you click on the 3 cards, it's going to tell you what is going to be the negative of that run and what will be the positive, okay? So if you take the now green den, the negative will be angered ancestors. You are pursued by an unstoppable spirit whose attacks curse you. So that is the negative if you want this run. The positive, monster kill. You gain movement speed and damage buff with each skill up to 20 stacks. And you'll notice that there is 3 options. Then when you click on one, he starts talking to you. Nimble, 50% move and attack speed. And then let's do it. He throws open a little portal and you are in. Then obviously you would then finish the run, and then at the end of the run you get a reward and you continuously move up in your challenge levels. Pretty simple system, but it does give you something to do once you finish the campaign. At the beginning of this video, I talked about how I'm going to explain where Torchlight 3 fits into my house. And I'm going to do that right now. I also think there's going to be a lot of people upset with me based upon this opinion. But if you've been following my channel, you know I am going to be honest. Now, right now we are in my fort. And I can tell you that this fort, every single part in it, every single placement of every single item was done by my 2 young children. That Torchlight 3 is their favorite game, hands down. And I've actually been using this game as a stepping stone to get my younger kids into PC gaming. And I know that probably sounds crazy, but they have so much fun playing this game. And I know that's going to make people mad because obviously this is not a children's game. But they're always like, Daddy, Daddy, are you playing the game where I can change what your house looks like? And they'll go in and they'll customize my fort and they'll move things around and they'll add stuff. And then they'll bring me in maybe an hour later and be like, look what we created. They love that aspect. The other aspect, Daddy, Daddy, are you playing the game where you get to pick your pets? So over here, you have your little pet shelter. And when you click on your pet shelter over here, you have all your different pets and it tells them the skills and you can rename them. And they really, really enjoy that aspect of it. So where does Torchlight 3 fit into my games and how I play and into my house? It's a game I play with my children. That doesn't mean that this game is not for adults. That doesn't mean this isn't a game that you couldn't take super seriously, but at least for me and my family, this is a game that I play normally with my younger children. Closing with some final thoughts, and I thought before I give you this spiel, I'll pull out my Snow and Steam Santa ferret and let him run around a little bit so you can get a taste of what the last update was. Now, my overall opinion of Torchlight 3. The game, I put it in the casual category. I feel like it is a casual ARPG. It's not a game that really grips you and you can't wait to log into it or you don't want to log off at nighttime. I really never felt that with this game. That doesn't mean you don't feel that way. That's just my opinion. Like I said a second ago, this is a game that I like playing around my children. They can have fun, I can have fun, and we can all play the game together. I'm going to start a new character for them on easy so they can actually run and do the combat sequences as well. But I do feel like this is a great game from a stepping stone perspective for younger children to get into PC gaming. Now, I think what's happened to Torchlight 3 is one, real rough production and development cycle. It's the exact same thing that kind of happened with Diablo 3. People loved Diablo 2, me included. And when Diablo 3 dropped, it just felt like a shell of its former self. And that's basically exactly what has happened now with Torchlight. Lots of people, like overwhelmingly positive results from Torchlight 2. And now when Torchlight 3 drops, it kind of feels like a shell of its former self. And then when you have the bugs and the crashes and the balance problems and all this different things, it just adds on top to it, and people just write off the game as it's crap. I actually don't think this game is crap. I know a lot of people think that. I don't. When I say casual, the game is stable. The game is smooth. It's fairly lag-free. It's fairly bug-free. Now, I know a lot of people report a lot of bugs. I have not been experiencing that. The building of the fort is good. The pets are really good. How they can go back to town and sell your stuff for you. The combat sequences is fine. Now, where it lacks is obviously the build diversity and really the end game. There's only a couple things you can really do once you finish the campaign. But overall, it is an average game. I would give it a 6 or 7 out of 10 from, if I had to rate it, out of 10 points. The game itself, if you have not played it, if you could find it on sale, 10, maybe 15 bucks. It's still considered a next-gen action RPG. I think it's something you could pick up if you're a family, if you're somebody that plays around your kids. I think this could be a game that they would really enjoy and maybe not get mad at you when you are playing it, because they could sit on your lap and play it with you. But that is my overall take of Torchlight 3. Alright everybody, that's the video. Torchlight 3. What do you think? Have you played it? Did I give it a fair shake? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have not joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're now at 650 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is in the description. Hang out for a minute if you want me to fight this little boss spider guy. If not, stay home, stay safe. Do not forget to join the official Action RPG Discord. Aaron, out. All right. Where's he at? Or she?
It's a trap.
It's a trap! Don't worry, my Santa ferret's got this. Take that. Boom, 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 boom. Almost gotcha. Good night.